Good morning, all. I welcome you all for next lecture series. So, in this series, we are going to discuss about the subject microcontroller and its applications. So, in this, we are going to see the unit 1. Normally, we know that unit 1 is based on introduction. So, what are the contents we are going to discuss in microprocessor subject, and especially in unit 1 is first, we are going to discuss about the introduction of microprocessor and microcontroller, and architecture of 8086 and Intel 51 family, and Atmel processor, and 8051 organization and architecture, and addressing modes of 8051, instruction set format of 8051, and interrupts types are related to 8051. So, next we are going to discuss what is microprocessor. So, why we are called as microprocessor? Processor means it's do something. So, what are the input it received? According to that, it process and gives the output. So, micro means all the performing device is in the form of miniatures. That's why I call it as microprocessor. So, it is a controlling unit of microcomputer, and it is fabricated on a small chip capable of performing ALU operations and communicating with the other devices connected to it. So, normally processor consists of ALU, registers, and also we call it as register array and the control unit. So, what is meant by ALU? ALU is a arithmetic logic operations on the data received from the memory or an input device. Right? So, ALU means we know that arithmetic means addition, subtraction, multiplication, and divisions, and logical operations means you know that you all already studied in digital electronics gate type of gates. So, type of gates we can say it is a AND gate, OR gate, NOT gate, exclusive OR gate, etc. So, that we called as the logical operations. So, on logical operations on the data received from the memory and are on input devices. So, registers. So, normally registers are made up of number of cells together, and it is called as a register. And register is a temporary storage unit, right? So, normally in register identified by the letters like A, B, C, D, E, and HL, and accumulator that we called as a register also. So, in detail about register, we will see in the next class. And what is meant by controlling unit? So, controlling unit is a control the flow of data and the instructions within the computer. So, these three parts consist of the processor. So, first one is ALU, and second one is register array and control unit. So, the block diagram for the microprocessor is input devices, and the microprocessor already I mentioned in the processor, it consists of ALU, control unit, and register array, and output devices along with memory area. We know that memory is a unit. There are two type of memories are there, RAM memory and ROM memory. RAM is read only memory, and also it is called as a user memory, and ROM is a read only memory. And read-only memory is normally it is manufacturers only to access or write the program in the ROM, right? And based on the RAM and ROM, we are divided into type of memories. That is type of RAM is static RAM and dynamic RAM, and for the PROM is rope and the types of ROM is PROM, EPROM, EAPROM. So, next is working of microprocessor. So, the microprocessor follows the sequence. First, it fetches the instructions and decode the instruction, and then it will be executed. So, based on this, we are the sequence fetch, decode, and execute. So, initially the instructions are stored in the memory in a sequential order. So, the microprocessor fetches those instructions from the memory, then decodes, the instruction and executes those instructions till stop instructions is reached. So later it sends the result in binary to the output port. So between these process, the register stores the temporarily the data, and the ALU performs the computing functions, and the result will be stored in the accumulator. So normally we are considering the instructions move immediate A comma B. So normally A comma B is referred in the 8085 only, and AX BX is mentioned in the 8086 because microprocessor 8085 consists of 8-bit data, and microcontroller consists of 16-bit data. So for example, if I am saying move A comma B, which means the B register consists of some data which is moved into the accumulator. So next instructions move add A comma B. So add A comma B means the data consists in the B registers added with the accumulator, and the result will be stored into the accumulator. That's why this is the process, and these instructions are already stored in the memory, and one by one the instructions are fetched from the memory. Then it decode whether it is a ALU information or the logical information, or it is going to stored into the memory, or it going to print the information in the printer. So these are the decoding informations, and how many cycles it will be taken. So all those things it is decided, and then it will be executed. So I think for this class you all learn about the introduction of microprocessor, and the working of microprocessor, and also the block diagram of microprocessor. See you in the next class. So if you all have any doubt, please ask me.